Do you want to know the real reason behind Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's upcoming visit to Nigeria? Here's a clue, it's a diversion tactic. Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel where I dissect the latest royal news and gossip that's caught my attention. And let me tell you, this one's a doozy. Let's dive right into this whirlwind because according to Nigerian officials, Meghan and Harry are indeed scheduled to visit Nigeria. This was the official announcement from the Defense Headquarters DHQ, expressing their honor and excitement for the upcoming visit of His Royal Highness Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, and his wife Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, in May 2024. Now, as a quick side note, let's take a moment to appreciate the humorous blunder in the official communication, where Harry was referred to as the Duke of Duchess not once, but twice. It's absolutely priceless. And if you haven't already, I highly recommend checking out my video from yesterday titled Nigeria's Epic Troll. It's a good laugh, trust me. But back to the matter at hand, this announcement has raised suspicions in my mind. Could Meghan and Harry's return to Nigeria, and by extension the continent of Africa as part of their purported royal tour, be a strategic move to flood the media with stories of their visit and divert attention from something else? It's interesting to note that while the announcement of their African tour was made just a couple of days ago on April 29th, fresh allegations against Prince Harry's African charity, African Parks, surfaced just a week prior. So, the recent reports indicate that Prince Harry, or Haza as he's affectionately known, is facing increased pressure to step down from his involvement with African parks due to a fresh wave of allegations. Now, I must remind you that due to YouTube's guidelines, there are certain details I cannot explicitly mention, so please keep that in mind. According to accounts from both current and former staff at African parks, there have been disturbing revelations about the conduct of armed rangers, who are allegedly resorting to aggressive and unethical methods to extract information from poachers. These claims have surfaced following the release of a new book by author Olivia Van Bingham, who conducted a thorough 3-year investigation into African parks. The book, titled Entrepreneurs in the Wild, delves into the various allegations and sheds light on the extent of misconduct within the organization. Published in Dutch by Prometheus Amsterdam, the book offers a damning portrayal of the day-to-day operations, highlighting the deployment of aggressive tactics by rangers with the tacit approval of African governments, often infringing upon the ancient traditions of local communities. One of the key figures interviewed in the book is former ranger Foster Kalunga, who worked in Zambia Park for 5 years until 2022. Kalunga alleges that he and his colleagues employed brutal methods known as kampawa, or the swing to coerce suspected poachers into divulging information. Describing the technique, he stated that individuals would be bound, hands and feet tied behind their backs, and suspended from a stick between 2 branches. They would then be spun around while subjected to aggressive interrogation tactics. The duration of agony endured is brief, for pain begets swift confessions. In such torment, one divulges all, truths mingled with fabrications. There lies a profound ethical objection to coercion through brutality, for compelling utterances through aggressive physical means is morally untenable. Consider the plight of the tormented, they relinquish veracity merely to alleviate suffering. Hence, I vehemently disavow such methodologies. Should these practices be attributed to African parks, they would bear the weight of egregious human rights violations. African parks, however, refute these accusations, attributing Kalunga's dismissal to grave misconduct, pleading ignorance of such methodologies. Nevertheless, reports from personnel insinuate complicity, suggesting that instructors predominantly white and hailing from Israel, France, or South Africa mandated these brutal tactics. Etienne Kaliwa, a former employee of Garamba National Park in the Democratic Republic of Congo, recounts a decade-long tenure marked by the portrayal of poachers as adversaries to be eradicated. This rhetoric hints at a militarized stance, portraying African parks as waging war against alleged poachers, though their identity remains ambiguous. African parks retaliates by imputing the credibility of dissenters, exemplified by Kaliwa's purported dismissal for poaching while on duty. Thus, African parks adopts a defensive posture, attempting to besmirch detractors rather than address the substantive concerns raised. In my view, the valorous whistleblowers are unjustly besmirched. African parks vaunt a business-oriented approach to conservation, piquing the interest of the author, who sought to scrutinize their ambitions and structures. It emerged that the organization employs financial incentives, such as bonuses in instances of armed clashes with poachers. The charity acknowledged utilizing bonuses or incentives to galvanize its rangers. Herein lies the crux. If indeed the organization incentivizes armed confrontations with poachers, it raises the unsettling possibility that these skirmishes may not be instigated by the purported poachers themselves. Rather, the rangers at African parks might be initiating these violent encounters driven by financial incentives. It's unbelievable. Once again, Van Beeman, the author, has weighed in on his discoveries, asserting my investigation reveals African parks as an opaque entity facing numerous human rights accusations, including instances of physical aggression and non-consensual intimacy, yet remains impervious to external critique. He suggests that Prince Harry and other board members should scrutinize the organization's model, conduct, governance, and reassess their involvement. Absolutely, I echo those sentiments and more. However, it's a full circle moment. Just over a week ago, these fresh allegations surfaced due to the diligent investigation by the courageous author. Yet, a little over a week later, lo and behold, Hazza and Megzi are embarking on a trip to Nigeria, supposedly for an official visit. Let's be real, there's nothing official about it. It's merely a fabricated royal tour. It's glaringly apparent to me that the sudden spotlight on Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's trip to Nigeria is a calculated maneuver, meticulously orchestrated to deflect attention from the alarming revelations that have recently come to light. This calculated strategy aims to overshadow the brewing controversy surrounding African parks and its alleged human rights violations, effectively ensuring that any searches for news related to Hazza and Megzi yield results dominated by coverage of their Nigerian visit, effectively obscuring the truth beneath a veneer of royal diplomacy. Whether one views this as mere conjecture or a full-blown conspiracy theory, the underlying motive behind this hastily arranged excursion cannot be ignored. It serves as a smokescreen, a deliberate attempt to divert public scrutiny away from the disturbing allegations against African parks and onto the superficial glamour of royal engagements. This narrative manipulation not only shields the royal couple from uncomfortable questions, but also perpetuates a false narrative of benevolence and altruism. Thus, I contend that beneath the facade of diplomatic niceties and photo opportunities lies a more insidious agenda, an agenda driven by the imperative to protect reputation and preserve privilege at all costs. This Nigerian trip, far from being a genuine endeavor to foster goodwill or effect meaningful change, is but a thinly veiled attempt to cloak controversy in the trappings of philanthropy, perpetuating a narrative that serves the interests of the powerful while conveniently sidelining the voices of the marginalized and the oppressed. If you enjoyed this video and crave more content, which, trust me, there will be, ensure you hit that subscribe button to become part of our exclusive community. Let me level with you. Let's rally together to reach 1 million subscribers, unlocking that coveted gold play button, who knows, maybe even sparking a Meghan Markle frenzy on Instagram. Don't forget to like, share, and drop your thoughts below, whether it's opinions, conspiracy theories, or anything else. Moreover, if you're itching to delve deeper into what I believe is a cover-up, consider sending a super thanks. It's right below this video, and it guarantees a direct response from me. Until next time, folks.